Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jill Duggar Dillard is back with new updates following her recent accident with an illegal driver. The 33-year-old mom was hit by a driver who didn't have a license. Jill's kids were also in the car when the incident happened. Since then, many fans have been curious about how they're doing. Keep reading to see Jill's latest updates. Jill recently took to Instagram to share that she and her kids were hit by an illegal driver on February 13, 2025. The driver didn't have a license, making things more complicated for him/her. The Counting on alum later said that she's now suffering from chronic pain and even asked her followers for advice on how to ease the pain. She was also thankful that the crash wasn't as bad as those she had seen on TV. She continued, "I keep telling myself I'm so grateful that it was not worse. We had our kids in the car with us, which terrified me honestly." Jill Duggar Dillard is back on Instagram to share updates following her recent car crash. The Counting on alum revealed that they got rear-ended, which turned their Valentine's Day into doctor's appointments, phone calls, and paperwork. Jill added that her boys massaged her foot and gave her roses for the special day. Derek also prepared a home-cooked steak, and it seemed the family stayed indoors for the special day. Jill also shared a photo of her car after the accident, showing how nasty the damage was. "Hope everything gets resolved quickly and easily. Feel better soon. Glad you guys are okay. Hope you all feel better soon. Glad you guys are okay." Car accidents really make life complicated. Prayers for healing. Cars can be replaced. Jill Duggar Dillard also revealed in her previous Q&A that she's thankful to have a lawyer husband, implying that she's planning to sue the illegal driver. The Counting on alum said, "I'm trying to figure it all out. We're trying to figure it out. Thankfully, I have a husband who is an attorney. Makes my mind rest at ease a little bit better." Jill has yet to share the steps they had taken against the unlicensed driver, but it seems they're not letting him/her get away after putting her kids' lives in danger. Jill Duggar Dillard sat in the passenger seat, scrolling through her phone while Derek drove, their 3 boys chattering in the back seat. They had just finished a grocery run, and the car was filled with bags of food, a few toys the kids had talked them into, and the easygoing hum of family life. It was just another ordinary day, or so they thought. The sound came first, a screech of tires, a metal-on-metal impact. Jill barely had time to register what was happening before the world tilted sideways. Her breath caught as she felt the jolt, the sudden force throwing her body forward despite the seatbelt. The sound of shattering glass and a child's sharp cry filled the air. And then, silence. For a moment, Jill's mind reeled, struggling to process the reality of what had just occurred. The boys were sobbing, Derek's voice urgent as he turned to check on them. Shaking off the shock, Jill's first instinct was to reach back, running her hands over her children's small forms, whispering reassurances even as her own hands trembled. They had been hit, and hit hard. The driver, a man who had blown through a red light, climbed out of the other car, looking both dazed and unapologetic. When the police arrived, it didn't take long to uncover the truth. The driver was in the country illegally, uninsured, and unlicensed. A string of violations trailed behind him like a shadow. Jill, still reeling, watched the officers work, her hands gripping the edge of her seat. In her heart, she knew accidents happened. But this wasn't just an accident. It was negligence. A few days later, after the dust settled and they confirmed no serious injuries beyond bruises and whiplash, Jill took to social media to share what had happened. "We are so thankful to God for his protection," she began, posting a picture of their car, its side dented, metal warped from the impact. "The boys were shaken up, but we are safe. We wanted to share what happened, not just to give an update, but to also talk about something important." She detailed how the driver who hit them had no legal right to be on the road. "It's terrifying to think about how many people out there are driving without a license or insurance. There has to be accountability." The post sparked an outpouring of support and controversy. Some followers praised her for speaking out, agreeing that illegal drivers posed a danger to families. Others accused her of politicizing the accident, arguing that immigration status had nothing to do with the fact that they were simply lucky to walk away unscathed. Jill, however, remained steadfast. "This isn't about politics," she wrote in a follow-up post. "This is about safety. It could have been so much worse." While navigating the aftermath, Jill found herself reflecting on the deeper issues at play. She had spent much of her life adhering to a belief system that didn't encourage questioning authority or engaging in societal debates. But her journey of stepping away from the Duggar family's strict upbringing had also made her more vocal, more willing to stand firm on issues that directly impacted her and her children. In the days following the crash, she and Derek wrestled with a mix of emotions: relief, anger, the unsettling realization that their lives could have changed in an instant. Through it all, Jill continued to use her platform to advocate for safer roads and stricter enforcement. "If you're going to drive, you need to be responsible," she said in an Instagram Live. "We need to do better as a society to ensure safety for everyone." The family car was towed and assessed. The damages would be costly, but insurance would cover most of it. The emotional scars, however, would take longer to heal. Israel, their eldest, had woken up crying in the middle of the night, nightmares replaying the crash in his young mind. Jill and Derek reassured him over and over that they were safe, but she knew that fear didn't fade overnight. A week after the accident, Jill posted a picture of their repaired vehicle, the kids buckled safely in the back seat. "Moving forward, but not forgetting," she wrote. Thankful for another day. Life would go on. They would drive these same roads again. But for Jill, one thing was certain: her voice, once stifled, would no longer be silent.